Hi everyone! It's mid-March in Minnesota, which means it's my favorite time of year, seed starting time. I'm right on the edge of like 3B, 4A for hardiness zone. So our last frost date in this area is about the end of May, and so it's time to start some seeds. And I just want to do a video to empower those who maybe have never tried this before to know everything that they need. This will be part 1 of how to start seeds, and this will just go over the basics of everything that you need. The first thing you need to start with is a good quality soil. I'm not necessarily endorsing this one, but any and if you're not into organic, I mean, that's fine too. I am. But you want it to be a good actual seed starting mix. There's a little fertilizer. Not this one's organic, so it's organic. But seeds need nutrients to grow. And then the other thing about seed starting mix is that it's a light mix. And, you can't just go get dirt from outside or like topsoil, because that'll just be too heavy. And then the seeds and the roots will compact and they won't be able to get the oxygen and nutrients that they need. So just pick a good quality seed starter soil. And then for containers, you can use, I've used all sorts of containers. You can use recycled, I've used recycled any kind of container. But I kind of like things uniform. So lately I've been using these seed starting pots. They're biodegradable, all natural. They're made from recycled materials. They're pretty cheap. But I like them because they fit in these plastic trays very nicely. And with these pots, these biodegradable pots, you're not having to use plastic that you have to wash every year. And then another thing I like is when you're transplanting seeds, because you'll have to transplant the plants when they get larger, you're not disrupting the root system, because you can just tear these apart and put them into a larger container. And then when it's actually time to go into the garden, you can just pop them right into your garden. I do reuse these plastic trays here, and that's just so when I water, I have something to catch all the water. And when you first start seeds, you need to cover them, and so these trays, they're like little mini greenhouses. They come with a tray to keep the moisture and the humidity high for when you first start your seeds. Oh, what else do we have? This is something optional, but can be useful depending on the air temp of where you're starting your seeds. I start downstairs in our house, and air temp's only about 60, 65, and so these seed mix work great. You slip them right under these trays. And they warm up the root area by 10 to 20 degrees. So whatever your air temp is, they'll be 10 to 20 degrees warmer. So I like to start peppers early and tomatoes, and those aren't going to start very well if my air temp's only 60 degrees. They like a warm start because they're a warmer plant. And that's something you just need to be mindful of when you're picking a place to start your seeds. Another thing I like to use, I think it's a necessity, is a bucket. Your seed starting mix will say, put your soil into this tray, then moisten it. But what I have found is that pushes the seeds further down in the soil that you need. So I always get a bucket. I dump the seed starter in the bucket first, add water to moisten it, and mix it around. Then from there, I put it into these trays. And then from there I will put the seeds in, and then the soil's already damp. Just if you try the other way, your seeds are gonna go further down than they need to. Just a few other things I think are helpful. Temperature and humidity. of course, seeds. And in the next video, I can go into more of what type of seeds to pick and when to plant. A notebook, I write everything down year to year. You can learn a lot by just kind of garden journaling. And then these plastic, or you can use popsicle sticks if you want to be eco-friendly, markers. So after you're done planting, you can put your marker in. Then you won't lose track of what is planted where, because I have done that plenty of times. The only other thing I have is this Fine Mist sprayer. That is a good investment. I think it was less than $10 at Menards, but that will also help so you're not spraying your water or your seeds down with water. And that's all I have for this video. I'll do a part 2 of actually how to figure all this out and what seeds to put in next. Thank you.